Today's video is about slope. Slope is the rate of change, how much the y changes when the x changes. This little triangle means change, and it's the change in y divided by the change in x. Slope should look like a fraction. We can find the slope of a graph by looking at where the line passes through the grid to find points. I have 3 points that I can see on this graph. You can pick any two. The slope will always be the same between any 2 points because this is a straight line, it's linear. And I picked these 2 points because they're closer together, which means that it's going to make my life easier. And always from left to right, you measure from the left point up or down. This was up 1, and then how many over? And this was 2. So my y went up 1, my x went over 2. So then I write that as a fraction. My y was 1, and the change in x was 2. So my slope is 1/2. Here's another example. I can see 2 points on this line. Again, from left to right, we measure up or down. This one went down 3, so I show that by doing -3, and then I went over 2. So my change in y was -3, and my change in x was 2. So my slope is -3 over 2. You can double check your signs. When the graph is increasing, you're going to have a positive slope, and when your graph is decreasing, you're going to have a negative slope. We can also find the slope when we've been given 2 points instead of a graph. I have the point 3,2 and the point 5,8. First, I need to label that my first point has the first x and first y, and the second point is the second x and the second y. Those little numbers, those little subscripts down at the bottom, are just showing me that this is the x from the first point, this is the y from the first point, this is the x from the second point, this is the y from the second point. And then I'm going to subtract the second y minus the first y divided by the second x minus the first x. Remember, it's the change in y's divided by the change in the x's. So y's always go on top. And then I plugged in. My second y is 8, and my first y is 2. And then on the bottom, my second x is 5, and my first x is 3. 8 minus 2 is 6. 5 minus 3 is 2. Reduce. 6 divided by 2 reduces to 3 over 1. And we can write 3 over 1 as just 3. So my slope between these 2 points is 3.